How are you today? Welcome to Legacy of Love and Laughter. I am
Mostly
Alicia. I am Alicia, and this is,
Valerie.
and today we are going to be talking about shopping. Have you been out yet? Right,
We tried it a little bit today. It's pretty nice out today, but it's not supposed to stay nice.
Yeah, and I did not. I have not been shopping. Uh, little hip issue.
And guess what? Guess what? I went
What?
shopping and I went for new glasses. I got new glasses today. But when we got to the store, guess what? It was closed.
That had to be pretty
They saw us
awful.
coming and decided, not today, ladies.
No glasses for you. Well, we want to talk about what it was like with us for Christmas shopping because believe it or not, it was very, very different.
Very.
There were things that they have today that we don't when it was Christmas shopping time. What do you think about what they didn't have that?
I think they had plenty of stuff then. I don't think they had a whole lot of other stuff. I mean, there was more stuff than you could afford to buy if you had all the money. We had a good time though.
What were some of the differences though?
Well, the way things were displayed and the fact that they'd have sales where you could get a big discount if you waited until after midnight on Christmas Eve to do your shopping.
That's true.
Talk about a nightmare. Wow.
That's true. But the biggest thing we didn't have was Black Friday.
Black Friday. That was the worst.
That only started like maybe 15, maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'll bet you it was 20 years.
But
Time slipping
it
too
made
fast.
a nightmare. So what did we do on the day after Thanksgiving?
Went shopping.
Well, we went a different kind of shopping.
Yes, we did.
Most of our shopping then was window shopping, was it not?
Yeah, it was the only kind we could afford.
Oh, yeah. One of the things we would do is we would go to Hartford to Constitution Plaza.
In the fancy stores.
And not only the fancy stores, they dressed their windows up with little moving puppets and scenes and stories and
A little bit of snow.
yeah, and that was after 60 about seven. It was almost 1970 because the kids were old enough to go and to enjoy it. So we'd have to bundle up the kids. That was a joy, huh?
Oh, yeah. Everything with the kids was a lot of fun.
It was the bundling, the snowsuits and mittens and
Sticky food on your coat and on your hands.
but we loved it because we got to that was one of my greatest joys was watching the kids' eyes light up when they saw the things in the stores. And you see, back then, you did not see Christmas in the stores until the day after Thanksgiving at
Right.
all.
We spent that whole night getting everything ready.
Yeah, no pre-holiday sales or anything like that. And actually, there weren't even big sales back then because they were just introducing the Christmas products.
Yep. And boy, did they have it.
They didn't even have to do special sales because we wanted to just see what was new.
Yeah. We
Now,
weren't going to buy anything the day before Christmas.
day after Christmas, day
Day
after
after
Thanksgiving.
Day after Thanksgiving. You're right. See, it's been a long day.
Chin up, lady. Keep a happy there. Look at the light immediately appears on her face. So if I say chin up, I'm just making all that lovely light shine on her face. So anyway, but we did have a little inkling of what we were wanting for Christmas or wanting to buy the kids because we had the Sears
Catalog.
wish book.
Wish book. Oh, you remember the wish book? How could I ever forgot that?
I'm sure anyone that's close to our age remembers it, or I hate to say it, even our kids' age. Our kids are getting so old. Did you notice our kids are getting old?
Yeah.
I think they're older than me.
I think they are a long time now.
But even when we were kids, you would get the beautiful wish book and we'd give it to the kids. And well, okay, so when we were
Only
kids,
for
our
the
parents would
first.
give it to us.
That's right.
And what would we do?
We spend the whole time picking out what we wanted or what we needed, what we couldn't live without for Christmas.
Yeah, and everything. And I would have my kids write a circle and then put their first initial. So
Yeah.
I knew who was it that wanted that thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Everybody had a list.
Yeah, and there was something really different, was that we did not have a lot of money. We did not ask our parents for much because even they didn't have a ton of money, but you know, we were well provided for. But according to my father, we had nothing.
And the thing of it is, it never looked like we were wanting for anything in our house. We were so lucky.
But we were happy with what we had generally.
Yeah.
What I felt bad about was with our kids, when I went Christmas shopping, I wanted to get them, they never, they probably don't even think it today, but I would make sure I divvied up the money that everybody would get the exact same amount that I would spend for their toys. So whether they got two toys that added up to one price that the other had one toy, or, you know, and the biggest apology that I have to make to my kids is that every year I got them a coat.
That's logical.
But it was sad because they knew there was going to be a coat under the damn tree.
Why you should have given it to them first.
I
Get
didn't.
it over with.
Yeah. Oh God. But we didn't. And I wanted to have one more present under the tree, and I didn't have money for a coat and another present under the tree. So we did what we had to do. So apologies to my children for that.
I'm sure they were ecstatic.
Oh, they hated them.
And they were warm.
And they hated them.
It's too bad.
They were warm.
They were warm
That was,
when they kept them on.
yeah. Well, I know you said that Christmas shopping wasn't that easy for you either, because we were young. Well, she was younger than me. Well, she still is. No. You're older than me.
Only a little
What am I
bit.
saying? Younger, older? I think I'm getting old. She's older than me, but she was younger than me when she had her kids. That's what I was trying to
That's
say.
right. We had a little time in between there.
So tell me
I
how
had to
you
go
worked it
first. How I worked it.
with kids and not a lot of money.
You know, you have to think about everything you bought and everything your husband made for pay, and you know what you needed for groceries, and there was just so many little things to add on to it. It was great though. It was exciting. We got the Barbie Dream House for Yvonne, who was our first baby, and she wasn't really old enough for Barbie's Dream House, but I was. I thought this is something we should have all put together by the time baby gets up in the morning. That was not a good idea, but we did it anyway because I wanted that. And it came out okay for about 2 days. Baby liked smashing on that pretty much. So you can imagine what a good time we had.
Yeah, you get by. Now, we were also trying to, it's a combination because we had to grow past it, because our mom, we had come out of World War II, because Valerie was born in 42 and I was born in 45. So we had come out of World War II and a lot of rationing and a lot of, hard times. And we were coming into a really golden age of prosperity and everything. And because of the lean years, even that our parents came through the Depression, they were born during the Depression, my mom made sure there were only about 85,000 packages under the tree.
That's right. That's right. Everything was a package and had to get wrapped.
And there was so many. And we did not need all that stuff. So
Well, they thought we did.
right. Well,
Mom thought we did.
Mom thought we did. Dad probably was having a heart attack. But let's see those bills come in. No, they never had Christmas bills come in because my dad didn't believe in credit cards. But no, we had a lot of stuff that was very nice, and a lot of it we didn't ask for, and a lot of it was really not used. So to me, what we had to do is we had to go from mom's overabundance to a part of us in our heart wanted to make it that big,
Oh, yeah.
but financially we couldn't. And also, I believe today, everyone gets way too much. I always say, if 3 presents was enough for Jesus, it's enough for me. It's enough for anybody.
I agree with that.
So,
But you do get swallowed up by it. Everything that's shiny and crispy and dingly and jingly and Christmassy, you want to be part of it.
yeah, and we're really saying, I love you. And unfortunately, a lot of people today equate a lot of stuff with a lot of love. And then you find out much later that the love is way overshadows the stuff. So, another thing that they didn't have when we were kids, and that was malls.
Oh, no.
There were
No.
no
How
shopping
did we live
malls.
without malls?
Man, how did we do it? We went downtown.
That's what you did.
But it was very bustly and it was fun and it was cold, but it was still fun to go in and out of the stores. And the stores had all different stuff. Oh,
And you could visit Santa at the store.
you could. And
Talk to him, for real.
tell me what you remember about seeing Santa.
I was wondering if I'd be able to keep my kid quiet while we were talking to Santa Claus. I was afraid that it really wouldn't be good. But she was really good. I was very surprised. And I've got the most wonderful picture of her sitting on Santa Claus's lap. And I wouldn't part with that for $1 million.
What about when you were a kid?
I know I went to see Santa Claus, but I think I was a little nervous. In the picture that they took, my
Yeah, she
eyes
looked
were
scared.
bigger than saucers. And I was so happy afterwards. I was so proud of myself. Look at how brave I was. I went and I talked to that big guy over there, and he's going to bring me a Barbie doll house.
No, there were no Barbie dolls in those days.
No, I don't know what it was we had asked him for, but I was sure I was going to get it.
Yeah, I don't remember ever being brought to Santa. I think that our parents probably brought her. You went to G Fox, very snooty store.
I deserved
And
it.
that was a beautiful setup, but I really don't remember being brought in. But I remember bringing our kids.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a picture of Nick and Frank sitting on Santa's lap, and they looked a little unhappy with the deal. But at least I think that's a good thing, maybe, about being a twin. At least your brother's right there with you. I didn't make them sit one at a time. But I did not. I brought the kids to the mall to see Santa. I think every year, once we had them all, and but we didn't take pictures because that cost money.
Well, sometimes they would take a picture, but you had to stand in line for 2 hours to get your picture
Oh, yeah.
taken with them.
Yeah,
Even if it was free,
yeah,
it was too much time, and the kids were very impatient.
yeah.
Not our kids. Our kids were wonderful.
Oh, of course, our kids were perfect. I have a nightmare story about shopping at a mall with my kids when they were little.
Oh, no.
We used to go to Meriden Square, and I was expecting Mimi, so I was pregnant, and I had 3 little boys. And I didn't know there was an elevator in there, and so I was on the escalator, and I had to grab the twins and get the twins down to the bottom and tell them, stay right there, don't move, stay right there, don't move. Whip up to the top and grab Sean. In the meantime, he was up there. Don't talk to anybody, stand right there and get him down. Today,
Entertaining.
I was terrified. Today, I would have, had the brain to ask someone to help me.
Yeah.
I mean, you find somebody that looks trustworthy and couldn't run with your kid. But that was really hard because I love my kids so much. And I had to go to the mall. I had to get some shopping done.
It was for
Yeah.
them.
But before the mall, like we were saying, we would go downtown. And we were talking about some of the stores. And we would go to Woolworths,
Yeah.
FW Woolworths, which
Yeah.
is called a 5 and dime, which meant that you'd spend 5
I got a
cents or
funny
10
story
cents.
about that.
You do?
Yeah. Remember going shopping with Grammy
Yeah.
and buying little Christmas trees? Okay,
Yeah.
so we go into Woolworths, us and the kids, and we're kind of wandering around. We're getting near the end of the line, and we want our ice cream and we want out. And we decided we're going to get ice cream cones for the kids. And we waited in line, and I purchased them and everything. And no, I didn't. It was before I purchased them. Sorry about that. I was distracted with the kids and everything. And we walked out of the store, and as we're walking, I'm trying to hang on to one kid. My sister's hanging on to 3 kids, and there's people all over the place. And I realized just as we get to the car that on the back of my grandmother's faux fur coat were a whole bunch of these little Christmas trees
Yeah.
that stick to everything. And she had them all over the back of her coat. And I didn't have the heart to say to her, "Good, we got to pick all those trees off of your coat." I managed to sneak around and get 90% of them and just sneak them back in the store. But it was worth keeping track of.
Very funny. Yeah. So we had, that was cool. We had Woolworths, we had Grants. Today we were laughing because I remembered a store that I used to shop in, and it's spelled Lifshutz, Lifshitz. So we always said Lifshitz. We're going to Lifshitz shopping.
Laugh at
Shop
something.
Lifshitting. But I remembered one Christmas when I was, I don't know, 13, 14 maybe. And I bought from my parents a little jug. I think they still have them these days. It was like a little Anchor Hocking jug with little oranges around it. It was an orange juice jar container pourer and 4 little glasses to go with it. So it was a breakfast juice set. And I bought it at Lifshitz. And then we were looking something up on about it. We were trying to remember what was the name of that store. And one person had reported that they always went to Lifshitz to get Evening in Paris perfume for their mother. And of course, Evening in Paris was big. I don't know if anybody ever used it, but everybody
The perfume
bought
of the holidays for sure.
that was. And right near Lifshitz, believe it or not, was K Jeweler.
And they've been there forever.
And they still exist. I don't know in New Britain, but they probably moved to a mall, but because downtowns are out of style. I hope they come back just because it's so much more connected and fun. But
Yeah, it's personal.
yeah. And if you went to K Jeweler, the big deal when we were teens was to get an ID bracelet
You had to
for
buy it.
for your boyfriend or girlfriend. And I must say, I never had the opportunity to partake of that because I never had a boyfriend,
You had
or
more
a girlfriend,
boyfriends
or
than you
a
realized.
huh?
I said you had more boyfriends than you realized.
The only ones I wanted were the ones that weren't interested in
Different
me.
ones wanted and had.
This is true. This is true. But then we moved a step up, and we moved to the big box stores, which started with J.M. Fields was one of the big ones,
Right.
and that was before I had kids anyway, and then there was in Middletown there was Bradley's.
Yeah, that
So,
was
and that's,
immense.
we were living out here, then we came out here in 63. And Bradley's was a store that we shopped at, a lot. And
It really was a discount store.
It
It
was,
wasn't
but,
junk, but it was discount.
but it was the beginning of the end
Yeah.
because once the big box stores came in, then we lost downtown.
Yeah.
And, you think about that song, It's Christmas time in the city.
Yeah.
And if you listen to that song, is that called Silver Bells?
No.
Silver bells, silver bells. Yeah. La 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 la. Aren't we great? I was free entertainment here.
Send $2 to the following.
So anyway, now I totally lost my train of thought left the station, but it'll be back shortly. Golly, I totally lost. Oh, well, when Valerie was talking about having to do the half price thing, I used to do a Christmas open house every year. I would send out on my Christmas cards, which is another whole story. We'll have to do that next video. But when I would send out my Christmas cards, I would just put an open invitation to people to come to my house for an open house, right?
Yep.
Did you like that? I did it every year. You came.
Yep. Bless your soul.
cooked a crap load of food. I made it for 2 days. So anytime during that day, just pop over, say hi, and and eat. And then we'd get to eat those leftovers until they were gone.
It
But
didn't take long.
it was fun. It was fun to prepare for. It was fun to have. Um, and then afterwards is when my Aunt Bertha would go to Kmart to get her tree for half price.
You know, when you got a big bunch of people and a little bunch of money, you do the best you can.
You do. You do.
It was wonderful. Christmas was wonderful. Watching for the Santa's reindeer to come to the jewelry store roof across the street. And I don't know, you really believed that
Oh,
it
yeah.
was a miracle.
I really do sometimes. I believe it myself. Hang on a minute. My little message came up that I am low on battery. So, and you're probably low on battery from listening to us.
Yeah. Too
So-
bad.
Too bad, yes. Was there anything else that you wanted to share today before we cut our folks loose? And
The only thing I'd love to share everything, and I have for my whole life, but I think that you got to remember what we're doing here. There's a reason for having Christmas, and I wish everybody would appreciate what they have, how to share, how to get. How do you pick something like Christmas and say, this is the perfect, and then Thanksgiving is pretty good too, and then Christmas and Easter, but we've got the opportunity to visit with the families and with your best friends and all that, and your pets. Got to get pet stuff in there, and just let them know. Let them know how you feel about it. Most of us are so busy preparing, we're not prepared.